be back in a sec. Okay.
Morning, Dave.
Oh, morning, Steve. How are you, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. I've just had to do a bit of a bypass. I couldn't get on the motorway at my normal junction, but there you go, that's life. Have you heard anything, mate, through the grapevine or on the radio, what the problem was?
No, I haven't. No, I've just been talking to Tim in Hartford there, so no, he wouldn't have heard anything anyway. No, I haven't heard anything, Steve, unless there's been an accident on there.
Yeah, I was queuing to get on, mate. 6:10, I went round the corner and everything was like gridlock. It took me, I don't know, about 10 minutes to go 200 yards.
I'm not flipping in, mate. Yeah, whereabouts are you now?
Just heading down towards junction 9, mate. I could hear Tim, by the way, pretty well.
Oh, right, yeah, he'll be back in a minute. He's just had a message on his phone, so he said he'll be back in a minute, yeah. Yeah, how are you anyway, alright?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. I found that... remember when you said to me, have I got like a full-time job, and I sort of hesitated a bit? Well, apparently they took me on a week-to-week basis. Because when I got the call from the guy who said, you know, come back, he said, I don't know how long it will last, you know. Alright, fair enough. But either way, I'm there for the minute, mate. But whether I'm there next week's another matter.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, fingers crossed, and I hope they get a bit busy then.
Well, so do I, because the impression I got, very busy, you know. But the woman who pays the wages, she happened to walk past my bench. Said, oh, hello, Steve, you know, how are you? Blah, 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 you know. I said, yeah, I'm all right. And she goes, what I'll do, she said, rather than you have to do like the week in hand, as you're on a week-to-week basis. And I thought, all right, okay. You've educated me there. She goes, I'll pay you Friday. So I thought, well, that's handy, because I've got a week's wage due from the agency as well.
Oh, blimey, a result then. Wow, yeah, well, perhaps your luck will be changing and the job will be a bit more permanent.
Well, let's hope so, mate. You know, either way, I'm earning a few quid. You have to live for today. You know, tomorrow's got its own issues, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No jobs are safe these days, mate. You know the way they like the steel and the coal. There's no deep mines left now, is there? There's only a couple of free open cast mines. All the rest is imported coal, isn't it?
Yes, mate. Yeah, it's not good. I don't know what it is, but every time you look at the telly, you know, it's all a bit sort of doomy and gloomy. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I could end up living on the coast, sitting on a bench, nicking chips off the seagulls, eh?
Yeah, that's true. Oh dear, yeah. I mean, it's like with steel, isn't it? Look at that, come down the pan, isn't it?
Steel, yeah. I don't know, I can't remember who's flooding the market with cheap steel. I can't remember if it's China or one of the other countries, but I don't know. Only takes one little bit to upset the apple cart, doesn't it? They reckon, you know, China's economy slowed down and oil's gone right down in price, and I thought it had gone up, you know, with all what's going on out there.
No, it's going down, isn't it? I know, it's under £1 a gallon in Asda in Hatfield. I think 97.9 or something like that.
Well, where I go, it's 99.9, and I ain't complaining at that, you know. But I remember as a young lad, excuse me, had a little moped. I used to ride it over the fields, you know, and I was a bit of a goody-goody. Some of the lads used to ride their bikes down at the fields. I used to always push mine, and I pushed my bike to the garage, and the tank was empty, and I managed to squeeze a whole pound in it. And that was the talk at the moment when I go over the fields. What? Whole pound? Yeah, quid. Now you get a litre for that, you know.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, when I first started driving, it was 3 and 6 a gallon in old money.
Did you have to put petrol in a horse and cart then?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you something now. When we left London in 1956, they were still delivering milk by horse and cart.
Yeah, I was only joking, of course, but yeah, things have changed, didn't they? You know, I don't know how old you are, but well, you don't sound that old. You don't sound old enough to have fought in the war, let's put it that way.
No, I'm 70 now, yeah.
Oh, right, that's fair enough. The old man did a bit of national service, but listening to him when he was alive, you'd have thought he took on Germany single-handed.
Yeah, I know you was only joking, mate. Yeah. But yeah, I think a lot of the steel's coming from China, isn't it? Cheaper, you see. Yeah. I can remember when I was at work, we used to send cars to Japan and that, and you had a history card for the electrical, the body and all that, and any faults marked up on there was rectified sort of later on, like, you know, and some of the ones one made me laugh on the trim card, that's like all the upholstery and all that, the trim inside, it had got minus right bulb.
All right. I'm just getting off at my junction. You've gone a bit choppy on me now. Give Tim a shout, see if he's back, mate.
Yeah, I will there. Yeah, I expect he's listening on the side there. You back, Tim?
Yeah, I put the kettle on, I had a cigarette and I was having a little smile to myself listening to you. Yeah, I'm back. She's messaged saying she's still at work, so I don't know what's going on. I don't even know why she's working nights. But it's not for me to ask you.
Ah, Rog, yeah. Yeah, what was you laughing about? The horse and cart?
Yeah, Roger, yeah. I wound it up a little bit, so I don't know if Steve can still hear me. But yeah, that's what I was laughing at.
Yeah, well, that's how it was, wasn't it? Yeah, and the old horse knew where to go and all. He used to stop and the bloke used to get the milk bottles out and put them in another little hand crate, and the old horse used to trot off, cross over the other side of the road and stop. They knew where to go. People used to put sugar lumps down and put parts in the top of the bottles, yeah, for the horse.
Yeah, that's a bit before me.
And me. Tim, can you hear me, mate?
Yes, I'll tell you what, I can remember going into a street shop in London with a halfpenny in old money. Humphreys, I always tell this story to people because it used to make me laugh, and I can remember that's got to be about 90.
I think it's about 6:30, everyone. I'm a bit late this morning because you heard me mention the motorway. I couldn't even get on it. And there's, 2 people on here, so I've never heard Tim before, so I'll see if we can have a chat with him. Let's see what happens. I just wanted to know if you could hear me, mate. I don't think we've ever spoken before.
Yeah, mate, you were smashing through to me. I'm on top of the hill here, they call me Dumbo. I say because I've got big ears, but I think it's for other reasons. But yeah, you were 60 overs to me in Hartford.
Oh, excellent, mate. It's storming over here. Signal at one point was near the end stop. But you know what it's like being mobile and that. Your signals took a little bit of a dip for the worst, but you're still in there. You sound good. What are you running there? I can't remember. Was it Tim, wasn't it?
It was just Tim, yeah. I got Tim with this mic as well. But I'm only 3/4 of the way on the power. I wound it up a little bit. I was down by the later in the day, but I touched it up to the medium.
Yeah, I've got a big burst of static there. Well, nice to talk to you for the first time, Tim. Name's Steve this end. I'm running a Serio Megawatt 4000 on the roof. And one of these here new rigs, President Grant 2. I'll be back in a minute, but if I don't come back, it's because I lost you both, alright?
No worries.
Yeah, catch you later, Steve. You take care, mate, yeah?